Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adapters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff, and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed still a thing. Can I get a wee audio check in the chat? And I'll say a couple of hellos. Emma G's in first. Evening sexy. Almax in second. Slim's in the house. Sandra's spicy Spanish salami sandwich. Hard to say, but very good to have you here. Pack has got a new name again. Galileo's tongues claiming fifth. Sansom, what about you, chum? October, evening, brother. Martin W is on about Space Ghost Sharks. Yes, they would be good. There's an alphabet cat. Hope you like them other cats in the intro. England for the English, always good to have you here. Mr. Herbert, good evening. Martin W, evening, brother, Anglo-Saxon. Streaky Bacon, excellent. Glad to have you here. Your comments are always fucking mint, mate. Galileo's tongues tell me I've got good audio. I think Ragnar's is in some strange CB word with 5x5. Rory Herbert's telling me it's good. Audio proper strong one. I like a bit of Aborigine. Real, good evening, sir. Hashtag, what about you? Sansom again, Grill. 77 Brigade, good to see it. We're nice and safe and sound. Well, I think I said hello, but you'll get two. So there you go. Right. First things first, I have not got a lot planned for this evening. For a whole combination of there's a streaky bacon and a budgie burger. Oh, gee, can't wait for the content. Right. A whole load of things have happened. Was going to do a stream about the Knights Templar tonight with the real Vincent Griffin. For various reasons, he can't do it tonight. No biggie, no drama. He just can't do the stream tonight. So that's all good. That's all okay. We will get that reorganized and we will do the stream about that. Also, I've been mega busy with work and on night shift and all sorts of stuff. So I haven't got a lot planned. But don't worry, I always have contingencies. One of the good things about having written 300 odd poems, you've always got something to say. It's good like that. So there's that. Now, but what I want to do first, oh yes, Emma G and I were at the Northern Ireland match, and we are going to be talking a bit about that because shit happened. Oh yes. Quite apart from the strange phenomenon of Northern Ireland scoring 3 goals in the one match, there's other shit to talk about that. So we're going to get into all that. But before I start that, I'm going to do the housekeeping. See, Rags likes the poems. We're all good. 1 second. I've got a message come through that I need to read because it's... Right. Sorry, just got a message from Vincent. He, uh, I didn't want to say anything until I heard back from him. He says, "Yeah, it's okay." To tell you this, he's had a bit of a migraine and he was a bit knocked off his feet. That's why he can't do the stream. So that's all it is. No biggie, nothing to worry about. Nobody getting all panicked. And we will reorganize that stream and we'll do it then. Now I need to go back into this and get my message from Sansom for the housekeeping. First of all, a very warm welcome to uh, Ragstone C match results. Northern Ireland beat San Marino 3-0. There you go. Very strange to see Northern Ireland score 3 goals in one match. However, it was against a team that I think, has played 105, lost 100 and drew 5. So we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Anyway, yes, very warm welcome to anybody that has come along from Sansom and Toffee stream. I heard most of that stream. Very good stuff, as always. If you like what I'm doing on a Saturday evening, you will like what Sansom and Toffee are doing earlier, or possibly Bonnie Lad, depending on who it is does that stream. So you might want to get on to that if you're available for it. On Sunday at 7 p.m, Ragnar Irish Beers channel, Rags and Jack have got John Palmer on. That'll be a good stream. John will be a good crack. So you have that to look forward to. And I will probably miss that because I think I shall be fucking working. Yes, and as always, you can catch up with John Davison streams at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. If and as John fancies streaming, as you know, John is ill at the minute, and if he's up for streaming, he streams. If he doesn't, and the other stream that I like to plug is Dave's Waffle House, 8:30, pretty much every day of the week. If you want somewhere to Galileo, I have no latest information about John whatsoever. I know that he was very ill. He's in chemo, and hopefully he's going to go through the treatment and recover. But I don't know what the current what the current situation is. But yes, Dave's Waffle House. You want somewhere to call into, chill out, and have a bit of a laugh with the chat. Very friendly chat. Dave's Waffle House, a place for you. Which is fortuitous because Emma G's let me know it if I'm running short on content and need a bit of waffle. Dave said that he's up for a call in, which I do believe got him out of the woodwork. Yeah, Dave seems to be disagreeing with you, Emma, but that was quite good. Real, honestly, no idea. I've been on night shift, so I haven't even seen whether or not John streamed during the week, and so I have no information for you on that whatsoever, unfortunately. I would just say check the channel. So there's all of that, and then have I anything else in housekeeping? I think not, but a couple of people did sneak in there. I want to say hello to. Controversy. Emma's saying Dave did say that she could find a clip from his stream if you could be bothered. And actually, yes, I know because I've heard him say on stream he's been hemming and hawing about it. One never knows. Anyway, yes. Dawn Browning has sneaked in from down under. Evening, Dawn. Glad to have you aboard. Ludwig's in. Rob D's in. Dave Samuel gets. And that is correct. Right, so let's see, what are we going to do? Yes, we're going to. The other thing that I'm going to say is I have reorganized my show notes or descriptions, as for want of a better word. The way it always goes is I talk about what I'm going to talk about in the stream, and then I go into the bit about if you want more 42. How that's going to work out going forward is the first link will be to last Sunday's blog post. So, for example, this one, the current show notes description is for the communities the post I put out last Sunday about communities and online communities and all that sort of stuff, and was very nice about the Waffle House people and about the scrubs and all that. So if you want to find that, it's the top link in the description in the Want More 42 section. You'll find that, and then next week it will be whatever I decide to give her about tomorrow. I think it's probably going to be about politics, but I'm not 100% sure. I write that on a Sunday, send it out. The link for that will also go into the community section of my channel. So if you're ever wanting to find a bit of a blog piece, that's where you go and find it. And we're going to start off with something a little bit lighthearted. Then we're going to get into the thank you, Paca. I'm not even going to attempt to say your name. Yep. So we're going to start off with something a little bit lighthearted, and which is actually a poem. It's one of the ones in my. If you want more poems like this, you go to the list that says written for fun, and you get these fun, humorous type poems. We're going to zoom this in a little bit. I'm going to zoom out in a little bit more. I was zooming on the wrong fucking thing. That's better, and I'll find out whether or not I fucked up my whole StreamYard. This one's called The Doctor Will See You Now, written for fun. I went to the doctor, not feeling the best. The first thing he did was take a blood test. He sent me home and said he would be in touch. Hope of that, I did not have much. Now, when I want to see him, it takes 6 weeks. But not 3 days later, his secretary speaks. She says he wants to see me. You come in today, no matter what time, he'll see you anyway. Now, as you might guess, that caused a slight panic. My health must be going down like the Titanic. I put down the phone and let out a sigh and thought, holy shit, I'm going to die. So I'm sitting in his office. He's looking quite glum. This chat is about your bloodstream, he begun. Then he said to me in a manner quite gruff, when it was examined, we found some stuff. There was Prozac, diazepam, tramadol, Champix, and aspirin, I see. I replied quick as a flash, you gave them to me. There was also cannabis, cocaine, mushrooms, and ecstasy. None of that did you get from me. I thought for a moment what else I could say, except for you tested me on a Monday. I took off my jacket because I felt quite warm, and then I remembered the t-shirt I'd worn. The t-shirt said, rehab is for quitters. So he sits there and bluntly calls me an addict. I'm not an addict, says me. I simply like it. Then he asked me, have I smoked low today? I answer no, not yet anyway. He wants to know the last day cannabis was used. I look at him blankly. I'm very confused. I start counting my fingers and then I scratch my ear. I look him in the eye, say, well, it wasn't this year. He looks at me flabbergasted and gives me a stare. What I said next makes him near fall off his chair. You say this is bad, but I will make you see. You're picking the wrong subject to lecture me. Alcohol is sold in bars. You see every night the effects of the people when they start to fight. But look at the doper, his face set in stone. All that he wants is to be left alone. As for the effects of ecstasy, people fall in love with that pill, you see. Have one your, have one yourself and give it a try. No way will you attempt to punch me in the eye. Diazepam you gave me on prescription repeat. Just a phone call. You don't give me this hate. Prozac you give me this last 13 years. Not once have you asked what's going on betwixt my ears. To stop me from smoking, you say I don't need the will. Just pop round to you and you'll give me a pill. I'll tell you the reason for all this attrition. You just want to remove all the competition. He began to sweat and made his tie looser. At the realization he was my biggest pusher. So I bid him goodbye, but my words would remain. I don't want to talk to you about this again. There you go. There's a nice funny poem. And now I'm going to see what comments that got. the chat is the chat is poetic except for the Darlik. This is true. The doctors all want to give you something. Sorry, I'm just checking through the chat. Right. Nothing really need to. Right. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Northern Ireland and their intrepid win against San Marino, and what all went on with that match because it was quite good. Uh, one thing I will say is Windsor Park, where we currently play our matches. Anybody going there might want to rethink the idea of sitting in the first 15 rows because whenever it rains, you get fucking pissed on. Luckily, the wonderful Emma G had got our seats quite near the back and we were dry. But yeah, a lot of people got very wet. A lot of people got very wet. For those of you that don't know, this is in relation to the Euros, not next time around, but the one after that. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland are hosting along with Ireland, and we have a small problem in Northern Ireland in that our national football ground holds 18,500 people. You need a ground that holds 30,000 people. And their solution to that is to redevelop a derelict ground called Casement Park. Yes, Amag's all over it, 2028. And host Euro matches there, which would be Northern Ireland's home ground. There's one small minor problem with it being with Northern Ireland playing in Casement Park. It's it's up the Andersontown Road. It's in Andersontown. It's in West Belfast. It's a totally nationalist area, and the supporters of the Northern Ireland team are unionist and are not best pleased with the idea of going there to uh, going there to watch Northern Ireland play. Not least because in the Casement Park, as it originally was, uh, that's where Corporals Derek Wood and Corporal David Howe were murdered by the IRA whenever they bumped into a IRA funeral, and it's all not good. So anyway, headline: You can shove your Casement Park up your hole. Northern Ireland fans voice opposition to proposed Euro 2028 stadium. Uh, I need to one second. I need to cough. Uh, yep. I need to correct the Belfast Telegraph. It wasn't you can shove Casement Park up your hole. It was you can shove your Casement Park right up your hole. To the tune of 10 German bombers. Nice picture of an Ulster flag here with no casement. This was at the ground. Northern Ireland fans made their feelings known about plans to redevelop Casement Park during the Euro 2024 qualifying match against San Marino. Belfast Telegraph, I have to correct you again already. First letter. We don't give a fuck about you redeveloping Casement Park. We just don't want to play there. Or we do not, as supporters, want to go there to watch them playing. Casement has been named as one of the 10 stadiums set to host games at Euro 2028 as part of the successful UK and Ireland bid. The GAA Stadium would be home to Northern Ireland matches should Michael O'Neill's team qualify. The most likely method we're going to have to qualify is apparently there's going to be two places up for grabs for teams that fail to qualify through the normal process. Given how Northern Ireland's been playing lately, our best chance of qualifying is if England, Scotland, and Wales all qualify through the normal procedure and we snaffle up one of those places for hosts. That's the reality of it. A couple of years ago, we would have had a pretty good shot at qualifying, but at the minute, not so much. The amalgamation of official Northern Ireland supporters clubs has voiced concerns, and DUP leader Sir Geoffrey Donaldson raised big questions over the plans. Sir Geoffrey said his party would not break the principle of equitable funding for sports stadiums in Northern Ireland. On Saturday, many of Northern Ireland fans voiced their disapproval at Windsor Park as the home team defeated the visitors 3-0. A section of fans in the cop stand could be heard chanting, again, I'll correct you with the proper vocals. You can shove your Casement Park right up your hole. Right. The chant was heard sporadically during the match. It was also the most common chant during the match, and I will also say, I don't know if it was a 2 o'clock kickoff. I don't know if it's the fact that we have no chances of qualifying, the fact that it was against San Marino. The ground itself was distinctly quiet today. The atmosphere was not brilliant, but it is what it is. One second, I'm just checking through the comments. Walks off and carry a big stick. Isn't my main concern, Slim. I'll get to that at the end. Oh yeah, it's going to go like a fart in a spaceship. Right. At present, West Belfast Gaelic Athletic Association, who until very recently banned supposedly non-native games from their sports grounds, which is quite strange because the first meeting of the Gaelic Athletic Association, they invented the rules to the traditional games. It might be strange. Yes, The venue is derelict, has been used in 10 years, and a decision will have to be made to ensure it is redeveloped in time for the tournament, with the project expected to cost 170 million. If they qualify, I've already went through how I think we will qualify if we qualify. Northern Ireland could play all of their tournament games at Casement Park, as Windsor Park does not meet UEFA's 30,000 minimum capacity for hosting matches at major tournaments. They also might want to do something about the roof, try to get it to cover all the seats so that the people that are sitting there for an hour and a half aren't getting drenched, maybe. Windsor has a capacity of 18,500, meaning there are currently no sporting grounds in Northern Ireland that are big enough. A planned application for redevelopment casement is for a stadium with a capacity of 34,500. There's a really big fucking asterisk over that capacity. It looks like it's going to be a 25,000 capacity stadium with some temporary seats bunged in for the Euros because of planning complaints from local residents about the stadium being redeveloped at all. They don't want it because of traffic and all sorts of other things. They don't want 30 to 35,000 people arriving for any reason, even the GAA people that they like. The amalgamation of official Northern Ireland supporters clubs has written to the Irish FA, raising several concerns over the plans for Casement to host Euro 2028 football matches. The AONISC quizzed the FA on the legacy for local football. Basically, what they were saying is that football matches and tournaments should be played on football grounds. I totally agree with that. Guarantees surrounding sub-regional funding for Irish League stadiums. There has been plans in place to give funding to all the Irish League teams. Their amateur, semi-amateur league, all of the stadium in that system, possibly including Windsor Park, need upgrades, and they were supposed to get funding. Hasn't been given. And they also want to know what Plan B is should Casement Park not be built in time. They're refusing to give a Plan B because if there is a Plan B, whatever it is, people's going to want that. They also asked if there had been a proper exploration of the potential for Windsor Park to receive investment to allow even temporary increase in capacity to host the matches. I don't think they even looked at it. And what consideration have been given to the logistical and safety issues that may arise given the divided nature of Northern Ireland society. To make it quite stark, the people in Northern Ireland who identify as British and support football support the Northern Ireland team. The people who identify as Irish support the Irish football team. That shouldn't surprise anybody. I have no issues, no complaints with that. If you see yourself as Irish, yes, go ahead and support the Irish football team. But putting the clearly unionist and British Northern Ireland football team support into a fully Irish nationalist community, I don't think is a good idea. I don't think it's good for community relations. And there's another big issue that I'm going to come on to in a moment. In response, the AFA spokesperson said, "We have responded to the amalgamation in full and addressed all the points in their letter. I look forward to seeing that." And they're saying, "We look forward to continued dialogue with the amalgamation and all stakeholders in the Euro 2028 bid." Now, here's my take. Yes. Oh, see, in that area, everybody supports Ireland, everybody supports Celtic. It's just clear. And interestingly, in Northern Ireland, you go into your local leisure centre, you're not allowed to wear Celtic shirts. You're not allowed to wear Rangers shirts. Uh, Oh, breaking news just then, breaking news. How did you feel when Ireland just lost in the Rugby World Cup? Did New Zealand win? Did they? Right, Streaky, please tell me that's true. Please tell me that's true. They can fuck off home with it and take their zombie song with them. Oh, Pack, I agree. They live in their own country, but uh, it is what it is. Go New Zealand. Thank fuck for that. Uh, over the course of this World Cup, the politicisation uh, of the Irish rugby team and its anti-British agenda has become clear for everybody to see. And to that end, I'm quite pleased to hear that that Ireland are out and going home, and they can take that fucking zombie song with them. And it's absolutely intellectually profound lyrics with their tanks and their guns and their guns and their bombs. I don't know how somebody managed to get that to work and bring it together. Oh, sorry, it's fucking shite. Uh, so there is that. But my bigger fear, other than there being very bad violent scenes outside Kisman Park, should Northern Ireland fans be there, I don't think that's actually going to happen. I think in reality, what will happen is we'll probably be bust in and bust out. Uh, I don't think there'll be any trouble, but it reminds me a bit of Hitler's Olympics, where Germany hosted the Olympics. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but it wasn't long before the Second World War. And they brought the world and its brother over to Berlin. And before they arrived, they took down all the signs that said uh, that that marked shops as Jewish and all that sort of stuff. And for 2 weeks, they made everything look they made everything look normal and fine. And then whenever everybody went away, everything went back to normal. I think that they would potentially put all the Northern Ireland fans in the West Belfast, have no problem whatsoever, and then try to tell the world that, see, look, British people, Unionist people are accepted by the Irish nationalist people, and everything's going to be fine. And then they would continue to stop Orange parades from going close to Irish nationalist areas and have all sorts of complaints with them. So I think that's what the bigger problem is. And now I'm going to check in the comments. So some got distracted, so did I. Don't worry. You were on about tridents. Uh, and there's a lot of talk about the rugby. Nah, let's see. So that's our first bit of content, and let's see what else. What am I going to do next? Uh, I know I'm going to do another poem. Yes, just going to old poetry, and there we go. And just making a decision on which poem I'm going to do next. Lists. Ah, right. Yes, right. Written for fun. Here we go. Right, I'll zoom this in before I haven't looked at these poems in a very long time. So if this one is shite, I'm sorry in advance, but you're getting to hear it anyway. This one was called Reading List Dilemma, written for fun, because it's in the written for fun uh, list. Oh, this is not. Ha! Right. This is not the poem I thought it was. Right. I'm not doing that one. Uh, right. See on the issue, read reading lists and a poetry thing, you wouldn't have made head nor tail of that one. This one's called Jotan, written for fun. Jotan is a word you have not heard before. I just made it up. I may invent some more. Jotan is a word for all of your life, used to express both joy and strife. Before it uses, I explain. I'll tell you on how it got its name. I was out on my mountain bike, went up this hill. It was some hike, so I'm descending from a considerable height down a muddy trail that was slippery as fuck, a, a slippery thing. When my front, when my front wheels, when in front of my wheels there was a small lump, but just as I went over the top, it became a jump. Imagine the surprise a 42 feels with unexpected errors beneath his wheels. I landed the bike with a bit of a thump and tried to express I nailed that jump. I opened my mouth to holler and shout, and Jotan is a word that came right out. So now I use Jotan every day, and I use it in any way. Long and slow when I don't know, fast and loud when I stub my toe. When presented with a sublime explanation, I use this two syllable enunciation. Now, if this explanation makes you feel perplexed, just remember the meaning is in the context. So if you feel jealous when a surfer says dude, insert Jutan, you know you should. And if the person should say Jutan to you, reply, I see you read the machine 42. That is there you go. There's another one. Oh, that's the hammer and nail thing. Nah, here we go. A bit of semi normalized content. I'm going to talk a little bit about Friday the 13th and why it is deemed unlucky. Uh, I will be having the real Vincent Griffin on again another time whenever his headache's all cleared up and he's in good form, and we will talk more extensively about the Knights Templar, the organisation, and all that. But for now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Friday the 13th and why it is thought to be unlucky. This is just a very quick overview. Well, a long, quick overview. Why Friday the 13th spelled doom for the Knights Templar. And this is coming from history. Why are Freddy's have fallen on the month's 13th day so fearful? Some attribute the origins of the Code of Hambai, one of the world's oldest legal documents, which may or may not have superstitiously omitted the 13th rule from the list. Others claim that the ancient Sumerians, who believed that the number 12 to be perfect number, considered that the one that followed it directly to be non-perfect. One of the most popular fears, however, links Friday the 13th with the fall of a fearsome group of legendary warriors, the Knights Templar. Founded around 1118 as a monastic military order devoted to the protection of pilgrims travelling to the Holy Land following the Christian capture of Jerusalem during the First Crusade. The Knights Templar quickly became one of the richest and most influential groups in the Middle Ages, thanks to lavish donations from the crowned heads of Europe, eager to curry favour with the fierce knights. Also, whenever people joined the Templar, they had to give all their worldly goods over to the Knights Templar, so they got quite a bit of money coming from that method as well. By the turn of the 14th century, the Templars had established a system of castles, churches, and banks throughout Western Europe. They pretty much invented banking. And it was this astonishing wealth that would lead to their downfall. Why am I getting pop-up pictures? What the? Could you go away, please? Thank you. Don't want that video. For the Templars, that end began in the early morning hours of Friday, 13th of October, 1307. A month earlier, secret documents had been sent by couriers throughout France. The papers included lurid details and whispers of black magic and scandalous sex rituals. They were sent by King Philip IV of France and an Alfarcus monarch who in the preceding years had launched attacks upon the Lombards, a powerful banking group, and France's Jews, who he had expelled so he could confiscate their property for his depleted coffers. So King Philip's running out of money. He's gathering up money. He's vilifying people and taking their money left, right, and centre. And the Knights Templar fall within his fucking aim. In the days and weeks that followed that fateful Friday, more than 600 Templars were arrested, including Grand Master Jacques de Moyle and the Order's treasurer. But while some of the highest ranking members were caught up in Philip's net, so too were hundreds of non-warriors, middle-aged men who managed the day-to-day banking and farming activities that kept the organisation humming. These men were charged with a wide array of offences, including heresy, devil worship, spitting on the cross, homosexuality, fraud, and financial corruption. The Templars were kept in isolation and fed meagre rations that often amounted to just bread and water. Nearly all were brutally tortured. One common practice used by the medieval inquisitors was the strapido, in which the hands of the accused were tied behind their backs and then suspended in the air by a rope by the wrists. intended to dislocate the shoulders. Yeah, that would do it. Uh, if you get somebody lying face down and pivot their arms forward like you're on a ski machine, both shoulders pop, would not be nice. As Dan Jones notes in his book, The Templars, The Rise and Spectacular Fall of the Knights Templar, one of the accused's hands were tied so tightly the blood pooled in his fingertips, and he was kept in a pit no wider than a single footstep. Ooh, that doesn't sound good or healthy. Many of the men were likely stretched on the infamous rack or had their feet dipped in oil and held over fire to burn. Given the extreme conditions, it's not surprising that within weeks, hundreds of the Templars confessed to false charges, including Jacques de Moy. I believe that is whether or not Jacques confessed is contested. I'm not 100% sure, uh, but there you go. Pope Clement V was horrified, despite the fact that he'd been elected almost solely because of Philip's influence. He feared crossing the extremely popular Templars. The knights coerced confessions, however, forced his hands. Philip, who had anticipated Clement's reaction, made sure the allegations of the Templars included detailed descriptions of their supposed heresy, counting on the gossipy, salacious accounts to carry much weight with the church. Clement issued a papal bull ordering the Western kings to arrest Templars living in their lands. Few followed the papal request, but the fate of the French Templars had already been sealed. Their lands and money were confiscated and officially dispersed to another religious order, the Hospitaliers, although greedy Philip did get his hands on some of the Caichi covenants. Within weeks of their confession, many of the Templars recanted, and Clement shut down the Inquisition trials in early 1308. The Templars lingered in their cells for 2 more years before Philip had more than 50 of them burned at the stake in 1310. 2 years later, Clement formally dissolved the order, though he did so without saying they had been guilty as charged. Yes. Turns out if you torture people to get a confession out of them, the confession's really not worth much. In the wake of that dissolution, some Templars again confessed to gain their freedom, while others died in captivity. In the spring of 1314, the Grand Master Molly and several other Templars were burned at the stake in Paris, bringing to an end the remarkable era and launching an even longer lasting theory about the evil possibilities of Friday the 13th. So that's why Friday the 13th became unlucky. It was a day whenever the Templars were rounded up. So therefore, if you're not a Knights Templar, you have little or nothing to worry about on Friday the 13th. Now I'm going to not see the floorboard. I control if you want me to. Welcome aboard and do as you wish. Ludwig, I can totally agree. Medieval tortures do make me think people can be more than a little bit cunty. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think dentists like the pain. Ah, right. Some was complaining about the absence of trolls, not being the floorboard, not see in the floorboard. He is, I believe, new because I don't recognize the name. I would recognize that name. Has just fitted right in and attempted to provide a solution to his problem by being a bit trolly. Very nice. That's good work. Uh, Out of curiosity, not seeing the floorboard, if you are indeed new here, How did you end up here? Because I would like to replicate that and get more new people in. That would be good. We like that. Uh, I'm curious. You're too busy hiding to be a troll. Yes, that's always good. I'm just checking through the comments again. Oh, Edmund, these days at Walk 3 because the prisons were full. They didn't worry so much about overcrowding in those days. They just fucking shoved as many people in as they wanted. They do indeed sound a bit like modern bankers. Jess, good evening. Glad to see you. Right. Uh, and with that, I'm going to go on to another poem. Yes, I'm going to do another poem. And there's even a connection. This poem, the poem I'm going to do next, as soon as I find it, is called Torture Chambers. Uh-huh. No. Right, just get this one found. Oh, yes. Here we go. And get this shirt. This unplanned stuff's actually not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. We have got along quite well, and we're like an hour in. Here we go. Just check. Yep, we've got this. Here we go. Torture chambers. There are shackles made of iron. There are thumb screws made of steel. They can stretch you on the rack. They can break you on the wheel. Gaze upon your own reflection, and your jailer you will find. We construct our torture chambers in the dungeon of our mind. Form foundations of self doubt, then build upon them with regret. Analyze the observations of people you have never met. Search the shadows of society for the people so unkind. Then construct your torture chamber in the dungeon of your mind. Search your heart for your approval. In your inner strength, believe. Set a goal and make it happen. And have pride when you achieve. Validation gained from others is the blind leading the blind, like constructing torture chambers in the dungeon of your mind. Break the shackles made of iron. Remove the thumb screws made of steel. Stretch your mind for self improvement, and you're on a different wheel. Gaze upon your own reflection and remember to be kind, to remove the torture chamber in the dungeon of your mind. Oh, and that was written in April 2015. So there you go. There's a little poem about torture chambers and how we let other people control our moods, feelings, and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, beatnik. I give it a whirl, not say the floorboard. I do indeed give it a whirl. The number of the beast is a human number, 666. Oh, straight guy, class man, thank you. Oh, ah, now it's starting to make sense. October asked, uh, October asked, "What's your favorite Iron Maiden album?" And Ludwig was replying, "The number of the beast." Sansom, I have no idea who Larry Spitfire is. Something inside so strong, Mr. Slim. That was typing. Right. Now, going to hide current comment. Time we're on 11:30. Here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put up the link. If somebody wants to come in and have a chat, we'll do that. Toffee's been writing as well. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I. Mr. Packer has bounced in. Good evening, Mr. Packer. What about you, chum?
What about you? How are you? You knew
All
I
good.
would. You knew I would.
Well, it's
Why wouldn't I?
tradition.
Why wouldn't I?
Yes, it is indeed tradition. So,
I love
how's
your
your...
poetry, by the way. It's excellent.
Thank you very much. I need to actually try and get on a schedule and start producing regular poems again.
I think you probably should.
Yeah. Oh, having said that, the current schedule is every Saturday night stream, every Sunday night, produce a bit of social commentary, and I'm going to probably try for like Wednesday poem. The hardest bits actually,
You wrote about the community, about Dangerfield and Dave's channels. True.
yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, it is. You were spot on. It's like a pub.
Yeah, it's like these. My biggest beef is people go, you're friends off the internet, as if they're not actual proper real friends. But what?
Yeah, that's such a lie, though.
Yeah,
That's mental.
yeah. But what this is like, particularly live streams, is everybody's at the same pub or the same open mic event or whatever, but you can speak to anybody sitting at any table.
Yeah, it's
and
like
jump.
walking in your local and you know
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not only that; it's that because of how we are and how we've grouped, is that I know that if I turned up at your door and said I need a hand, you'd go, all right, mate, give me 5 minutes, I'll get my shoes on.
Yeah, exactly.
In real life.
Yes.
It's like that. It's you or Toffee or Streaky or anyone.
Well, to be fair, we already do that digitally.
Yeah, I know you've helped people.
I know you've helped people.
Yeah,
right?
anybody that, yeah.
Right. You know, what people don't seem to get is for everything that there is in the chat that's up front, and you can see in the chat, there is a lot of stuff that's going on in private DMs where people are talking to other people about stuff that they've got a bit of knowledge of. Somebody's got a certain issue, and they'll end up talking in private to people that have been through something similar or just have a bit of knowledge or information on it, and they help each other out.
As soon as I find out where he lives, I'm turning up at Rory's and saying I need somewhere to sleep tonight. Just see if I can get in Maggie Thatcher's bed.
Welsh Hammers in, what about you? Yep, it's all very yeah. I'm probably going to talk about politics in my one tomorrow night. And expand upon the notion that we need amateur politicians. I think we need amateur politicians. I've had a long, hard look at what the professional politicians have produced, and it's shite. and we need people that have got fuck all to do with the establishment.
That is the problem with the whole system.
Yeah,
They're schooled in it, and they're for themselves.
yeah. To be totally honest, see whenever you have a look, I'm not even going to talk about the world. Great Britain. There's Slim's in, going to add him in. See whenever you have a look at it, Northern Ireland, we have an assembly that is currently in collapse because we voted for Brexit and we didn't deliver it. In London, we've got blade runners chopping down cameras and everything for the ULEZ zone. In Wales, we've got a 20 mile per hour speed limit. And in Scotland, we've got this really fucked up system where they bring in, they have a children's assembly, and the children's assembly goes to the adult assembly and tells them what to do, and the adult assembly puts it into place. Now, can you see anybody from your average council estate thinking any of that's a good idea?
No.
No. If we had working class men and women from council estates, and they could spend the first 4 years just fucking repealing laws. You don't need to do anything grand, or just go pick through the laws and go Ben, get them all out the fuck, and we'd be in a better place. We need less government, not more.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably read about tomorrow night. You've had the preview. I'm going to expand on that. Slim, what about you, chum?
Me? I never said it, and it wasn't me. It was like that when I go there. I swear to God, man. It was like I just showed up here. There it was, just lying here, blood pooling. It wasn't me.
Oh, Rory.
Good evening.
Evening, chaps. How are we doing?
All good. How's yourself, Rory?
Not so bad, Fontu. Not so bad.
You just pop your address in the chat, Rory. I'll be around tomorrow.
Well, I was going to discuss that with you. Yeah, yes, you're more than welcome to holiday in my caravan down on the Dorset coast. I'm quite easily doxable, actually. As you know, 42 knows anyway. Yeah, I stood as a UKIP candidate, so that's all in the public domain.
Guys, can I ask a question?
Ariel?
I don't really know what this is all about, and I'm not going to ask, and I don't want to know. I don't think other people should know either. And I bet you it's all about nothing, innit? I bet you somebody said something to somebody, and he said, she said, and then she said, but he didn't say. And then I said, and then he said. But he said, you said, and then somebody else said, so you said.
Slim, that sounds very good, but I have no idea what the fuck you're on about.
What was the question?
Me neither.
No, 42. No. Can you repeat that, please?
But the point was, you guys have started talking about a thing, right? I don't know what you're talking about. I just...
Right. Well, we were talking. I started talking about what I'm possibly going to write my blog post about tomorrow night, which is the fact that I believe we need politicians in the place that are nothing to do with the establishment, that have just came from working class backgrounds and decided to get themselves involved, and then all the people that currently don't vote or are not in the electoral register decide they're going to vote for them and get themselves on the electoral register, and we'll throw out all the fucking professional politicians that way. Nicely.
The problem with that is a lot of the people, they start off as the ordinary people on the street, and then the minute they get their fingers in the pie, they find themselves wanting to stick their fingers in the pie again.
No, they pretend they're ordinary people off the street.
No, a lot of them are. I mean, I know for a fact a lot of them are. One of them stayed up the road for me.
No, Slim has a good point there, 42. They get sucked into the system. You know, these most of our politicians, they're university educated,
Okay.
and they go through that system.
Yes.
They become part of the whole regime.
Oh, you need to ban
And
anybody. You need to ban
and they
anybody
can't-
that's got a degree from being part
they
of the
can't get
system.
away from it.
Yep.
But that's what it is.
Ban everybody.
Yeah. No. See if you've got a university degree, you're automatically not qualified for this project. We need
Well,
people.
I've got to be honest, see with the current university system, you're probably right, because every one of them have been badly educated. There's no STEM importance, there's no nothing.
Right. The other thing is we need working class people. Right. The reason why these people that came from a normal background eke into that system is because they're not working class. One of the things about being working class is you're not a social climber. All those people that buy into the system, whenever they get a little touch of it, they are all social climbers. We want people that are in there not to fucking do anything other than reduce the size of the government. Take out the laws. I want to fucking get rid of all the stupid laws. Wing. Take them out. And that's all we need to do with a side order of how find out the definition of a border and make ours real. Yeah, that would be a good starting point.
There's a song that covers that. I know a song that covers that.
Well,
Pink Floyd song. Get them up against the wall. You cannot reach me now.
Slim,
It's
Slim, I was at that 1981 Pink Floyd The Wall concert at Earl's Court.
Oh, were you?
Absolutely. And the crowd went absolutely. Strange enough, when they first sang it, the crowd, they were like looking at one another. And then they came out with those lyrics, and everyone was going, yay! Crossing, crossing their
Some album. I posted Mother on Facebook today. I just want to say, see, before we move on, 42, I watched myself on your stream.
Right?
Despite having been like on the internet repeatedly, right? Pointing my finger at people and saying things like, oh, see you have not got a clue, mate. Like that, right? Just like that with my finger in the camera. I swear a lot, don't I?
Well, that's okay, because so do I.
No, I'm committed to not swearing a lot.
Yeah. As long as you don't say those like 6 words, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, motherfucker. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, motherfucker, and tits, we're fine.
Right, well, you see, I'm trying not to use them at all because it just becomes a habitual piece of your language, especially in my sort of culture or environment.
Well, like, I'm a factory floor worker. Swear words are verbs and also in my community.
Expletives.
Fuck is a verb, a noun, and everything in between.
In here. Well, it was obvious to me. I swear a lot, so I'm trying to avoid swearing. I don't always swear, but sometimes you get wound up about things.
Yep. Edmund has said The Wall's his second favourite album. I'm gonna my top 3 albums would be Paul Mumford, Deep Water, in that order. Paul Mumford, Deep Water, Alabama 3, Hits and Exit Wounds, and Pink Floyd, Delicate Sounds of Thunder.
The wall I find quite emotional, if you want to know the truth. Let me tell you, see that concert you were at? I asked my father to record that. It was getting broadcast live. That was supposed to be getting broadcast live on the BBC or one of the channels. And I was going out, I was a young shagger, you know, at that time. And I asked my dad to record it, and I come back, and he says to me, "Nah, it wasn't any good." He just didn't bother. I was devastated. It's actually even on DVD, it's up there on that shelf up there with the DVDs somewhere.
So that concert, that Pink Floyd The Wall concert, was so far ahead of its time. They had complete surround sound. They had the flying pigs coming over the top of you, you know, and a Spitfire, you know, a bit of Spitfire nationalism going on there. And they constructed the wall in the first half of the concert, and then the second half broke it down, and then they came in with the songs we were talking about earlier. But it was an amazing experience, one of my best, I have to say.
It was. I bet it was.
Right. Sorry, I was just putting the link on again. Thanks, Streaky's going to jump in. Let's see. Yes, they had flying pigs going over the top of things. Should it not be monkeys?
No.
Pink Floyd always had flying pigs.
Flying pigs over. What's the place in London? Come on, somebody help me
Petrol
here.
station.
See, I thought
Absolutely, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
See, I live in a
That's
place.
station.
I live in a place where flying pigs is a daily occurrence. The police are never fucking. The police are never in that fucking helicopter. You know, but I would have. Yeah, it makes a change from flying monkeys. Well, like
have you ever caught a flying pig, 42?
No.
And if so, I was going to say, how do they taste?
No, no.
I ran away from a pig. I'm not shy in saying it. I ran like a madman. I was shitting myself.
1 second, Streaky. It's saying here your devices are not connected. Try jumping out and jumping back in again. Jump. Yeah, no. The flying pigs are helicopters with the heli tally, and they hover about up there and video fucking everything with their
eye in the sky.
Yeah, in the sky with the big zoom.
Oh, right. Pigs in like police. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm with you now. 42. Yeah.
Really interesting thing. There is a split between people in Belfast that were born from, say, 1960 and people who were born after 1980. Because see if you were born 1960 to 1980, whenever it's 2 o'clock in the morning and there's a helicopter hovering around in circles around your area, the people who were born from 1960 to 1980, they sleep better. And the people that were born from 1980 onwards, they can't sleep because the people that's the Belfast lullaby. We just grew up with that noise happening every night. And it's like, yeah, that puts me off to sleep. Excellent.
Well, you know what, 42? There's an airfield 2 miles down the road from me, and that is the base of the Somerset and Dorset Air Ambulance. So I'm rather pleased, you know, if I was run over or whatever, or fell over drunkenly after leaving the pub at night, they might come and save me.
The R ambulance is quite the helicopter they use for that is quite heavy and it's a distinct sound as opposed to the one that is used for surveillance and stuff. That's quite a light one. Because I've heard I also live near an airport and I've heard the air ambulance coming into that and it's quite choppy and loud. The one we normally get.
Yeah, I don't know my helicopters well enough. 42. But no, it's a reasonable size. You know, you get a couple of patients in the back there, probably more actually. You know,
It, I'm not au fait with my I'm not au fait with my helicopters. I think their
okay.
ambulance is slightly larger than a Gazelle.
No, it's just yeah. I don't know what do you say. Medium size, small helicopter. I know. I mean, I'm quite. I
It's
know. I've been in a few Chinooks in my life.
yeah,
Directed.
it would
I've
be
directed artillery fire from a Wasp helicopter on Salisbury Plain. That was quite fun. But
the
no, it's somewhere in between the two. Let's say that.
yeah the wasps are the wee small bubble ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the wasp, then you've got the one that would carry like 6 soldiers. I think that's a Gazelle. Uh,
Yeah.
the air ambulance seems to be slightly larger than that, but noticeably smaller than a Chinook.
Oh yes, very much so. Anyway, there we go. Enough of that topic.
Yep.
I was wondering. I mean, you carry on, Toffee, of course. I was actually going to read a bit of Walt Whitman poetry.
Go for it. But before you do that, Streaky, big welcome to the stream. What about you, chum? And then we'll get back to your portrait.
What's happening, boys? Are you hearing me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, our sound. Yeah, nice one, 42 for your patience there. Yeah, what's happening with me? I went to the PA conference last weekend, like, and I met up with a lot of good people, some familiar faces and unfamiliar, and yeah, great crack, good speeches. They're really good events, you know, because we're all on the same wavelength, and we can speak how we want to speak. And sorry, Rory.
I was just laughing. No, I was going to say, Streaky, you went to the wedding reception.
I think that's what they said that. That's what they said. It was in a wedding reception when there was something. I just seen a clip on Chief Moody's, something Nazis and brass bands at the wedding reception.
So funny. This is the mainstream media. Mainstream media reporting on the PA conference. It was like, oh, they booked it. It was a wedding reception, but they did say it was all very smartly dressed. How did a wedding reception?
Yeah, they're always
the typical Nazi get together. You know, it's such a joke.
Yeah, in Hugo Boss suits. Yeah. I mean, we're always dressed nicely, but some of the people there I hadn't met. It was interesting, especially with some guys from London and some stories they were telling me about with coppers just fucking harassing them for such innocent stuff you do these days, like comments on websites and etc. And it's quite horrifying what's happening to our so-called free speech. But yeah, and also positive. Talking to a lot of the lads. It's nice to see a lot of the younger lads, a lot of women there as well, like, you know, and a lot of people took their kids and they're more family orientated this year, I guess. And great night out afterwards, because we ended up in a market town and it was very traditionally English, and it was pub. And I don't know, maybe like a 98%, 99% indigenous population, shall we say. But
were you there with Joe Marsh by any chance?
I was with Joe, and it was quite funny because we were in the pub later, and there was a good crowd of us as well. And they've got these two fucking snake charmers on the door, these bouncers, right? Indians, on the door.
Oh, right.
And you should see the state on them. They couldn't bounce a bargee out of the door. It was so funny. Joe remarked, he said I would have knocked them both out if I was 14. And yeah, but it was great. Not yeah, there was lots of people you see from all different streams, and yeah, it was good to get together. And yeah,
A good Welsh contingent then, Streaky.
yeah, it was quite funny. I don't really want to say too much, but I mean the event is
No.
over. I'm hardly going to cause any trouble. But a hotel one of the lads booked when we got there, it was only run by Nepalese. and through the hotel, one of the lads got a smell of curry all going through the room all fucking weekend, like, you know. So it was so this was yeah. But all in all, absolutely spot on. Great to meet the people. I'm very happy. I come back to my multicultural hell where I have to live and work. And I got to be honest, I booked days off work. And I just couldn't be bothered to go back to work. I was fucking sick of it. Like, I went on a piss for a couple of days with my mates in town, and I was chewing the fat over what to do. And then I got sacked.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
the boss said, like, yeah, it's taking a piss, like, but
Oh.
yeah, but
Well, you had
I'm
a good
cool.
time.
Yeah, I'm cool
You had a
about it,
good.
mate.
You had a
Yeah,
good time at the
I had a
conference.
great time. I had 6 months of work anyway, but and the
There we
gaffer
go.
said to me, I went in Friday to pick my boots up and all that from the site, and he says, "Oh look, I know you. We all want you back. Ring the owner of the firm up to start back Monday." And I says, "I'm gonna ring him up Monday." And hopefully I'll get a start for Tuesday because I do like a fucking Monday in bed, like, you know. So yeah, so that's the crack anyway, boys. And on
Yeah,
that,
no, Streaky, no, don't go. I have a question for you.
Go on.
Darren Edmondson, he was
Yeah.
at the conference, wasn't he? Now,
Uh-huh.
apparently he's been arrested,
Mm.
and he's trying to raise some money to defend himself in court. He was
Okay.
he was it was at Clonechley,
Yeah.
and apparently the police arrested him for no particular reason, but it's going to cost him a few bob. So yeah, there is this thing. I chucked him about £14 actually. I thought that was a good
Good
number.
man, Rory. I don't know anything
You know?
of it, I'll be honest. I seen him at the conference, and I did see the video of him with the coppers and getting nicked as well. But because Darren's the guy, he's the guy who gave the Antifa a fucking good smack in it last year. That's the guy in it. I think.
Well, yes, he's ex-Royal Signals. He did the whole march to raise all the money for the 98-year-old veteran.
Yeah.
That guy, that chap.
So, sorry, Rory. There's so many people at the events and everything. You don't get to meet everybody, but yeah, I'm aware of him. And if there is a fundraiser, yeah, God, I'll stick a few quid in for him. He's a tidy guy. I had a few words with him at the conference. Like, I wasn't, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely the same guy, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd shout it out 42. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, poor guy, man.
Yeah. No worries.
Really tidy guy, like, you know, and obviously sticking up for all the people at Clonechley, and he's got a shit end of the stick with coppers and that. So he's a proper family guy, like. So yeah. Anyway, I'll shut up a minute and let somebody else crack on.
All right, Rory, you said you had a poem you wanted to write.
Oh gosh, yeah, changing the topic somewhat.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah. Right. No, I was. You read your poem earlier, 42, and have you heard of Walt Whitman?
I have not.
You have not. Okay. Walt Whitman is probably one of the most famous American poets, and I just came across this this book. I mean, there's so many poems. I hardly know where to start, but I'll read this one if I may.
Yep.
Yep. It's called "I Hear America Singing. And it goes. I hear America singing, the varied carols I hear, those of mechanics, each one singing, is as it should be, blithe and strong. The cobbler singing his as he measures his plank or beam, the mason singing as he makes ready for work or leaves off work, the boatman singing what belongs to him and his boat, the deckhand singing on the steamboat deck, the shoemaker singing as he sits on his bench, the hatter singing as he stands, the woodcutter's song, the ploughboy on his way in the morning or at noon in or the young wife at work, or of the girls sewing or washing, each singing what belongs to him or her and to none else. The day what belongs to the day, at night the party of young fellows, robust, friendly, singing with open mouths their strong melodious songs. And I don't know, I just came across this tonight, but I thought, what an excellent poem. This is how we used to be.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, we love our jobs. We would adore, you know, what we did. And this is how we built our country and built the beautiful buildings that we have in society, don't you think?
oh, here, I'm going to give you something about that poem. Do you know the film Cocktail?
No, not sure.
Who was it? Fucking
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yes.
I
Yeah,
forgot to
well,
type that in the
It
chat
was,
then.
it was Rory Herbert that taught Tom Cruise how to shake a cocktails.
Right, yes, right.
Of course he
Okay,
did.
right,
No, that was my friend James Bond.
right. See the bit in Cocktail where Tom Cruise is opening the place on the beach and he does the improv poem. I see America drinking. He has fucking ripped it off that poem. Whoever
Oh,
wrote
really?
that script has knew that poem and repurposed the idea to drinking and how they come up with that. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Well, I mean, here's the
Yeah.
book.
Oh yeah,
Everything's
no,
stolen from somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It is like there's pages and pages and pages of it. I mean, so many poems. I could take me about 2 days to read them all. But
yeah. No, it is. It's a good poem. I actually really enjoyed it. But as soon as you were reading that, here's me. That's where that fucker's got the idea for that poem and Cocktail. They have.
Here's a good one. I don't know whether you can see that. As I pondered in silence. No, but no, you carry on, 42. Sorry, I'm getting carried away here.
You're all right.
There were so many of them.
There's Edmund was outside the bowling alley whenever Tom Cruise was inside. But Slim, what you're saying is correct. Everything is stolen, repurposed, whatever. You know, every original idea has a kernel that was somebody else's idea, pretty much.
It seems to be a part of the industry. One of the big ones for me that nobody seems to be aware of noticing, Frank Herbert's Dune. See if you read the later books prior to his passing, it's a Matrix.
Right.
The blinded thing, seeing all that, he carries out a whole task while blind, but can see. It's the Matrix. He copied the Matrix after Frank Herbert's Dune.
I've never read Dune or watched the films. I have no fucking knowledge of that whatsoever.
There's about 5 books in the series.
Yeah. I never did. I never did
That's all
June. I never did the
That's all
thing with the ring, the Hobbit.
There's hundreds of Tolkien books. The books of the
Yeah,
Middle Earth.
yeah, all
Hundreds.
that stuff. I never did any of that. The the only the only the only one I actually read in a group would be uh, the 4 books of the trilogy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Brilliant.
Why don't you
Life
talk
Uni-
about that? That's something I could talk about for like a minute.
Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Life, the Universe, and Everything. The Restaurant, the End of the Universe, and the 4th book in the
Thanks for all the
trilogy.
fish.
So long and thanks for all the fish.
So long, thanks for all the fish.
Yes, because the dolphins they left that message on the beach whenever the new world was born, and they were like 9 taking fuck all to do with it, and they went off, and that was the message left. So long, thanks for all the fish. Oh. Toffee saying Tolkien is good level literature. I'm missing out. It's getting time to read it. Although, having said that, in the next couple of weeks, whenever my work calms down again, I should get back to being able to read books in night shift. Yeah,
The wonderful thing about
Them
night shift,
books,
isn't it?
like,
yeah.
If you want to get a job on security, mate, you can just read books forever.
Oh fuck no.
What was that? What was that, Slim? Sorry, I missed that.
hey,
It's funny with all that time for reading, security guards are thick as fuck.
Yeah, most of them don't actually do the reading. Actually, if you're if you've got a job as a security guard with time on your hands, what you want to be doing is some form of other job that you can do digitally while you're there.
I became a security guard when I was 19, which was as young as you could be to be a security guard at the time. And I had no experience. And within 6 months, I was supervisor running my site. And I was still reading more books than I could imagine.
Good
Edmund,
for you. Good for you, Packer. Yeah, well done, sir.
Edmund has asked a profound question. Edmund says, 42, are you the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Well,
Yeah, there you are. The question was wrong.
Well, no, but no. The answer only makes sense whenever you know 42 is the ultimate answer to life, the universe, and everything. 42 is the ultimate answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. However, the ultimate answer will only ever make sense whenever you then discern what the ultimate question to life, the universe, and everything is. For all sorts of reasons, not least being Earth being a giant computer, which just whenever it was about to spit out its answer, got demolished to make way for an intergalactic bypass. They invented the answer, and then they subsequently invented the question, which turned out to be 6 times 7, because 7 times 6 is wrong, just wrong.
Yep.
And also, there was a large-scale objection from poets and philosophers. Yeah, poets and philosophers, because discerning the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, and the questions of life, the universe, should lie in the domain of philosophers and professors and poets, and not in the domain of computers. So there you go.
So I just have to say, Boo Bear. Peter Benton's here.
Peter Benton, what about you, chum? Glad you came aboard. By the way, there's no more Waffle House points for being over here, so don't be demanding them. Yeah, I wonder, is Dave still lurking? Dave, are you still lurking? Are you going?
If
Are
he
you
is, he's
gonna,
not going to own up, is he?
yeah, is he going to risk it for a biscuit?
Go on, Dave.
Risk it for a biscuit.
Yep. Here you go. There's a link in. If you're not Dave's Waffle House, do not be clicking on that link. We've got a full house here with a space reserved solely for Dave's Waffle House. There you go. And we are talking waffle, so it's in your domain.
Yep.
We've got the stage where there's nothing serious. It's just a bit of waffle, and you come, chum. And we'll not pester you about the sky. Although I do have a really major question about why I'm now seeing these massive fucking clouds that have got a straight line edge to them. And you can see them, they're fucking massive. Things are stretching right across the sky, and at the end, they've got a nice straight edge. There may be other clouds about, but these are different shade, different color, different density. And I don't know when we started having clouds that had a straight edge at them, but I can't remember them from my childhood. So there. Anything else?
I haven't looked. I'm going to start looking at the sky. I keep meaning to, because I don't see what he sees. I look at the sky and think, well, that's nice.
Yeah, so do I. But this is something that I've noticed recently.
In fact, I lived for a long time in South Lincolnshire, which is flat as a fucking pancake as far as the eye can see. So it's about 90% sky when you're outside, which for the first couple of years is really depressing, but you get used to it and eventually it becomes quite beautiful.
Well,
it's really, honestly, I can't explain to you how fucking flat it is. It's really weird when you first get there.
Like Holland?
Yeah, just like there are no hills. All you can see are the nearest trees.
Flatter than Celine Dion's tits.
Yeah.
Packer, I was looking out of my front door today. I was quite a lovely, a nice day, clear blue skies, but there was this cloud that suddenly appeared, and I swear you not, it looked like a nuclear bomb had gone off. It looked like a nuclear explosion.
Did you stand there for a second or two waiting for the flash?
Well, exactly.
No, he had ducked and covered. Rory's trained.
Yeah,
with
got under a
Gaza.
desk.
You know, like, what?
No,
He spent the next hour and a half unscrewing all 75 doors off the hinges in his house.
I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything like it. Packer, it was like,
no, you don't want under a desk. You want in a ditch, because you're gonna have a cloud, then you're gonna have a boom, then the wind's gonna blow everything one direction, and whenever everything has passed, remember that is not the time to get up. Stay down, because it's gonna blow out. Then it's gonna suck everything back in, and then it's gonna send it up in the air. And then it's going to fall down on top of you. So
yeah, I'm with Slim. I'm just going to stand up and point directly at it. It'll be over in a millisecond.
it didn't last very long, thankfully. But I was
depending on how far away you are.
I'm going to be flicking a Roman salute in the middle of the street when it happens, and my fucking my ashes will be immortalized. And about a million years later, be fucking racist pointed out in the fucking nuclear war number 3.
You think they'll be dusting it up? Some guy they'll be dusting it up. They'll be like, look, that dust different. I bet that was a racist.
Yeah, you can tell by the shadow.
No, I said I was thinking, is that cumulonimbus or nimbus or whatever all these other clouds are called? No,
Stratus.
that's a nuclear. It's a nucleus nimbus.
Nucleus nimbus.
Anyway, there we go.
If anything else, we'll all be able to live happy in the satisfaction that it was money well spent when we see the whole planet. You wouldn't like to think of that money just sitting there in silos and pits just rotting away, would you?
I don't think it's.
What a
I don't
waste.
think it'll ever come
We
to
spent
that.
billions on that. Well, we've spent billions on that, and there it is, just sitting there. See if it was a motorbike, somebody'd say, "How you not using that, mate? You need to use it. Use it or lose it. You're using it. How you not using it? I'll have a shot at it for you."
No, you're absolutely right, Slim. Absolutely right. Yeah, there are still underground bunkers, even in some of the cities, underground
Hundreds.
houses no one knows about. Yeah, and also, in West Germany, they used to build these what were called Mexi shelters, MEXE shelters. Hundreds of them on the what was called the inner German border. They're still there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still all those. There's still all those shelters across.
Uzbekistan, I know.
There's still all those shelters across Britain with the 4 beds for people and the rations and all that stuff. Where people
could this room here.
Yep. Considering someone can actually buy one to live there, it seems quite sensible. Until you forget to change. Yeah, until you forget to change your filter.
Well, see if you look at these things, they tell you to prop the doors up against the wall and all that. People think it's not to protect you for the blast, it's to protect you for the bits of flying glass that's coming through before the bricks hit you. Hide yourself for the flash. That flash is bright. That could ruin your whole weekend, that flash.
Was it protect
when things start to get really fucking tasty with Israel and Palestine, and if we are in an imminent nuclear situation, I'll just simply buy a mattress factory.
Yeah, in 4 minutes you've got to unscrew all the doors off your hinges, lean them against the cupboard under the stairs, get all the mattresses, put them on top, get 2 buckets, one full of water and one to shit in, and then buy a month's worth of tin food, get that in there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to whitewash your windows, because if there's anything that's going to protect you from a nuclear bomb, it's whitewashing your windows.
And
don't forget, you've also got see the doors you took off.
Yeah.
See the doors you took off to protect yourself. You've got to close them to prevent the spread of fire as well. Remember.
Bugger.
Yeah. And don't forget to take a couple. Don't forget to take a couple of games in there to keep the kids amused.
Yeah, fucking can't.
42. I was just going to say, and don't forget your gas masks.
Yes, don't forget your gas masks. Yes, which we have not been issued.
So one of them paper face masks will do it because they protect you from everything.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
What was plenty of them kicking about?
What was the name of that leaflet? Protect and Survive.
It was.
Yeah. Protect and Survive.
Yeah.
I remember the fucking advert.
With the siren. The TV's actually still got a version in it, and it's got the advert with the siren and all the rest of it. I watched it.
They used to on the cinema, didn't they? The advert.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube.
All the time.
All of them are on YouTube. All them fucking nuclear adverts from the early 80s.
When you hear the air attack warning, you and your friends.
This is what the air attack warning sounds like. Yeah. You're like that. You got to change the channel, and it's on the other channel. I know you're like that. Bummer. I remember it.
Back in a sec.
On the telly. It's either that or the Open University. I mean,
yeah. Excuse me, gentlemen. I was just pouring myself another drink. I hope you don't mind, 42.
Work away. That sounds like a good plan.
There was something. I
There
want
is-
Tell you
to
what, imagine, right? If you're like in your
expand on
area,
later.
with your family, and you want to get steaming, right? And you're drinking your desperados, and you need to go for a slash. Obviously, you'll be fucking falling around drunk, and you probably pissing the family's drinking water, and all the scenes where your wife is bitching with her hair falling out. The kids have got fucking radiation flakes all over them. You'd be thinking, oh, fuck this. I'm off out, and you get your mattress off to the pub. Oh, man, that's what I'd be like anyway.
Well, optimism's a great thing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, 42. I really shouldn't say this live on YouTube, but I used to serve in a one of these Mexi shelters, the underground nuclear shelter, and you dug it in on the inner German border, and there were 3 other guys with you. And one day you're down there for about 10, 15 days, and we were talking about what do we do about sex. So we decided we'd drill a little hole or make a little hole in the underground clay. The only decision that we argued about was what the diameter should be and the length. We didn't have a problem about the height. We could adjust ourselves to that. But
Did you consider how you emptied it?
Huh? No, we didn't discuss that. That might have been rather embarrassing. But anyway, these are the things you get up to in the British Army, I'm afraid, behind enemy lines.
Come on in, 42. Your thoughts on how to empty it?
Use a condom, and then you can empty as you go.
You know how I'd be emptying it.
Well,
I was telling him, I'm emptying it. You're doing it. I'm not fucking emptying it, aren't
well,
No,
we used
bugger.
to have a piss in a jerry can.
Yeah.
And you absolutely made sure that was marked as the urine one rather than the water one. And then the other thing was to go to your poo poo. That was an interesting one, to have the poo poo. Thank God for
jam jars.
no.
I tell you, it's amazing that we take such simple things for granted now, isn't it?
Oh, really interesting one. Do not piss and shit in the same plastic bag. That's a major no-no.
No, that's right. No, cling film. That's right. That's
Cling film, yes. Because see if you piss
works.
and shit in the same plastic bag and tie it off, and it stays there for sooner or later it explodes, and then you've got piss and shit all over your head.
Well, I'm really pleased, 42, that you have knowledge, excellent knowledge of this subject.
See, it's the same as this one. Here's another one for you. Name me 3 animals that shite in small round balls.
See what?
3 animals that shit in small round balls.
Right.
Rabbits and
Deer.
goats.
Right, dear rabbits. Right, we got that. Couple of seconds. Name me 3 musical instruments that begin with the letter G.
Guitar.
Glockenspiel.
Ooh, nice one.
See, this goes to prove we know more about shite than we do about music.
So, what's the third instrument then?
Yeah, right.
Grand piano.
Grand
Oh,
piano.
oh,
okay.
give over. That's cheating.
Yeah, it is cheating a bit.
Grand piano.
Yep. See,
Why is a woman like a piano?
don't know.
She's all right when she's upright. When she's laying down, she's grand.
That's a good one.
That was a great one. Oh dear.
Talking about those advertisements that we all got that we can reminisce about whenever we were kids about the nuclear threat and all. Did I ever
I
show
chuck
you?
yourself in the gutter and die in a puddle.
Did I ever show you the types of advertisements we got in Northern Ireland whenever I was a kid about terrorism? Let me see this. I'll share this. Present share screen.
Yeah, us on the mainland, we missed this joy, I would expect.
I remember honestly getting told you lie down next to various things and you lie down in a gutter.
A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way. But there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Well, my son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never dipped and said, I'm gonna be like him. You know I'm gonna be like him. Well, I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you, if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu. But it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Don't suffer it. Change it. Call the confidential telephone.
When you're coming home, son, I don't know when we'll get together then, Dad.
Free phone 0800 666 999. Anything you know can help.
Gonna have a good time then.
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
is horrifying. That is truly horrifying. I have never seen such a lack of diversity in an advert.
Oh, the really interesting thing about that is, right, that gives you a little bit of the show it was on before, because you could see what it was. That was in the middle of Mr. Bean. You're sitting in your house, minding your own business, watching Mr. Bean, trying to forget all this shit's going on, and they play that Alex.
Any religious conflict anywhere in the world ever. And you could stick that advert on, and the same amount of people would take no fucking notice at all. It's just mental. And yeah, Streaky's right. Why wasn't it a fucking gay white man with his big black male top?
Yeah. It's fucking madness. That's what we got. Whenever you use ones in England, we're getting that advertisement with the kids playing in the electric pylon with a frisbee, and then one of them gets fried. We got that stuff.
I remember that one.
I'd still rather listen
Give
to
me the
them than
kite.
the JD Sports advert.
Yeah, Edmund. We will keep playing this ad until you lay your arms down. Yeah.
Righto.
Yeah, gotcha. Roger, Wilco. Fucking madness.
That was it, Ludwig. Jimmy!
Yeah, and that kid gets smoke out of his flared trousers. Yeah, they were horrifying. The public information films. There was one with a vacuum cleaner left on the floor. Would become like a man trap. And also the cigarette burning in the ashtray before you go to bed. The old man sat down in a chair. And
That's
Yeah,
right.
yes.
and again, like 42 said, you used to get Mr. Bean, and then you'd have that horrible advert. And then for us, it was like on a Saturday morning, used to get the public information films and going out to play. And I just stay away from the fucking pylons, like, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
In the middle of the banana splits.
Yeah, the banana split Saturday morning, mate. Yeah.
Do we all remember Charlie Says?
Yeah.
Well,
Don't talk to
cat.
strangers. And yeah.
Well, Packer and 42, I was going to mention, how about the television detective van advert? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
From the BBC, with a complete and utter lie.
They're still trying it.
On national television, saying, oh, we can detect, they actually said, we can actually detect which channel you're listening to.
Rory.
And
I'll let you a little secret, Rory. Okay, listening.
yeah.
The BBC
Yeah.
are fucking lying bastards. Just
Well,
so you know.
no.
I'm going to put that out there.
But the public believed it. The public believed it. You know.
See where I live.
License.
See where I live.
You were watching something on ITV last night. You know, like EastEnders or something.
We were allowed to throw
Crazy.
bricks. Them licensed detective vans with all the aerials over. We were allowed to throw bricks at fuckers coming up on your estate. The only time you ever allowed to throw bricks at cars and everything was the licensed detective vans on our estate. Honestly.
Well, funny to mention that. Whenever we seen that advertisement, what we said, and we were just kids at the time, like, was they might want to put some armor on that. The army.
way things have changed. When I started, it was 1982. I started in a factory, and you go these health tutorials and all that, and it actually showed you a guy wrapped around the spindle of a lathe, bits sticking out and all that. Apparently, it was all made illegal. But they actually had photographs of people that had been injured in the factory and said, "Gonna no let that happen to you."
Yeah, there is a lot of that. Whenever you go in the actual health and safety stuff, there is a very good purpose to showing people the type of injuries that can happen with what they're working with.
That's the point of these things, isn't it? To have an impact.
Yeah. You know, see if you're working with a guillotine that slices 3-inch thick steel.
Yeah, but 42, you get to work in that factory, and there's a bloke there that will show you all 4 of his fingers, so you know how fucking dangerous it is.
Yeah, you know it. Oh, I work with a fella who had previously worked on a different factory whenever he was like 17, 18, and got his hand pulled into something like a printing press, and he's got on one of his hands, he's got a full thumb, a full index finger, and the rest of the hand gets smaller from there on in. You know, and
is he able to read the words while the printing press fucking actually imprinted on his hand?
No. He wasn't.
You know it's bad when there's a pair of boots sitting in front of a machine, but didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking, why didn't he tie his laces?
Oh, well,
see if you see a pair of boots sitting in front of a machine and it's running and there's a boiler suit wrapped around the spindle, you think to yourself, oh no.
Oh, you think to yourself, what a bonus. There's some sandwiches I get to eat for free today.
Oh man,
Oh.
made a
Bacon
right
and a
mess, I'll
lunchbox.
tell you.
I remember my woodwork teacher at school had 9 fingers.
Yeah. You know, the
I had
guy
9
that
fingers once. You know, for a while.
Half the thick fuckers on building sites, honestly, they deserve to be fucking run over, crushed or fallen anyway. You should do I think this health and safety is a lot of bollocks. It needs a good cleaning out this site with all the thick cunts.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop
The-
putting allergies on things. Get rid of health and safety. Let Darwin sort the rest out.
Let the
Try getting it
meritocracy sort itself out.
Yeah, try getting
No,
it out.
well,
We'll
what
be strong as a race.
what we
Next.
actually need, what we actually need is health and safety stuff that is actually aimed at making the place safer. The overwhelming majority of rules put in place for health and safety are there to reduce the cost of the company's insurance. So this thing where they go, right, we're not going to have any more step ladders. Some people fail off step ladders. We're going to ban all the step ladders.
Cherry
What's happened
pickers.
they bring in cherry pickers, but what's happened is the insurance company has said we'll reduce your premium by X amount if you get rid of all the step ladders, so we'll take away all the step ladders, or we will reduce your insurance premium if you make everybody wear steel toe cap boots when they're anywhere on your site. Doesn't matter if they're in an office or whatever, they're wearing steel toe cap boots, and you've got to regulate that. Right, okay, so we'll do that. We'll reduce it some more if you
Unless
make
you're
them
a
all
lady
wear.
and it doesn't match your skirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
42. Good point in the chat by Edmund 184. He says never saw one licensed detective van ever. Well, he's probably absolutely correct, because it was a made up thing.
Yep.
You know, for the television.
Yes, but there are people that come out to houses and go, "Do you have a television license? Can I see it?" Yeah.
There were
And-
licensed.
They showed up in a van, they
They were
called
licensed-
the
they
detective
were
van
licensed
with aerials
detective
all
van.
over it.
They used to be grey, and they had BBC wrote on the side of them, and they had aerials like they was out the fucking Star Trek or something.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was nothing in them, but
they
they,
were
they
meant-
did exist.
Licensed
Oh.
detective vans.
They
Yeah.
sharp your door.
all they were doing was going to the houses that weren't registered as having a license.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they figured out where they were going. But
Yeah,
they never tried that with detective vans in Northern Ireland because they had enough problems getting police Land Rovers in the areas that were armoured or armoured lorries. So they turned up
They
in
showed the detective vans. They came heavily armed, so we showed up with 20mm. That sorted them out.
they turned up in a private car, and they would arrive at the door and rap somebody's door and say, "Hello, have you got a television license?" And go, "Here you, I'm from the BBC. I'm about the thing." All right, hold on. And the person would just walk out and start writing down the registration number. and all of a sudden, the person would become very disinterested in the license and the television.
I have a quick question for Slim. There, having
Yes.
seen him roll your cigarette, sir.
Yeah.
Do you include a filter in your cigarette?
Well, tonight I am using a lot of pieces of rolled up cardboard because my filters are somewhere else, and I get accused of jiggling about and moving while I'm on camera.
He's using
No, the reason-
rolled up cardboard
the reason
because
I-
old habits die hard.
But see, the reason I asked, I never managed to be able to hand roll a cigarette, so I use this.
What's your up close? I'm not bragging, but a guy I worked with told me. A guy I worked with told me if he could roll cigarettes like I rolled them, he would never smoke anything else. Well,
That is an excellent example of one, I have to say.
My dad taught
And
me.
I didn't make a big effort to make that one right. I just done it. There you go.
No, I never really got the hang of rolling cigarettes. Need a machine or a rolling device of
My
some type.
boss could roll one with one hand, driving a car to work. It was
Yep,
quite
I
amazing.
could roll a
Speaking of
two-string
that,
split.
It's never
one
great,
hand.
but you go to smoke it and you think, I wish I'd done that with 2 hands. That was crap, that smoke.
This is what we've given to civilization. This is what the English people, the British people have given to civilizations. We can roll-ups with one hand. Tell me, 500 years ago in Africa, could they fucking roll-ups with one hand? Or did they have to
No,
roll
because
up?
it was on America, wasn't it, you nugget?
They hadn't invented paper.
They were all there, fucking
So you mean
the
they were
Indians
white
are all sitting about a
bastards?
campfire saying, there's a guy over there in that Britain. You heard of that Britain? And he's telling us we come from Africa. And his chief went, how?
Oh fuck!
How do you ever put up with us 42? I do not know.
No, mate, this is actually good crack. I enjoy these conversations. For all sorts of various reasons. I don't socialize a lot, and this is like me having a friend group that I can sit and have an hour with, and it's good crack. I enjoy it.
That's because we are your
it's
friends.
good stuff.
Yep.
We've been through this.
Yeah, we have. We've covered this.
I know tomorrow if I turned up at Dawn's house and said, "Can I keep the night?" She'd say, "Yeah, I'll put you in with the chickens. You'd be fine." Wouldn't you, Dawn? Well, where aren't you? Hey, lad, yeah.
I
Oh,
hope if I turn up at Dawn's house, she'll say, I say, can you put me with a sheep, love?
No, you're
don't
Welsh.
do it,
You're to be kept away. You're to be kept away from the sheep.
Meh.
Right, lads. It's after 12:30. I've done just over 2 hours, and I'm still in this crappy thing where I've got to work on Sundays.
Do you work tomorrow again?
Yep. This is the last week of my busy period. The way the factory went, my department got very fucking busy. My department's basically me. So I've had to do the last 3, possibly 4 Sundays. Although, to be fair, fortunately, there's a process that gets done before the crap arrives at me, so I don't need to be there early. But I still need to
Lunchtime
be,
again?
yeah, somewhere approaching lunchtime. As this is the last one, I'm probably going to try to get in a little before lunch and sneak a couple of extra hours out of it, because we got to do what we got to do. While there's overtime on me an open book, I'm snapping on as many hours as I fucking can. But after come Monday, my workload's going to fucking tank. It's going to, because I've done the next fucking 5 weeks work in the past 3 weeks, along with last 3 weeks work. So it'll get quite quiet. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna wrap this up quite soon. Any last thoughts or anything that you're really wanting to cover?
Yes, 42. Not tonight. I wanted to follow up on this Christmas card from the VP Association, which we talked about, and I just opened it up there a little bit more for you.
Yep.
And I was looking into the guy who sent this to my parents, Colonel Eric Wilson, VC, in the Somaliland Camel Corps, and I looked that up on Wikipedia of all places, and yeah, they did actually. They were riding camels.
Yeah.
During World War II, but I also found out there was a link. They were supported by a Rhodesian regiment, and we'll cover this later because I need to look into it further.
Yep.
But I couldn't believe that. Yeah, there was this Rhodesian regiment that fought for us in World War II, and 20 years later, what did we do to Rhodesia? You know, we basically destroyed them. You know, so it's an interesting story that
Yeah.
I'll look into a bit further.
Definitely, Roy.
So,
As you well know, you're very welcome anytime. And what we'll do is get your info together and we'll organise a time. We'll get a stop. We'll get you on. We'll talk about it. Because and it is also something that I'm British Army history. I am interested in all that stuff. So yeah, we're good. We're good.
well, I only just came across it recently, and I thought, hold on a minute. So yeah, so Rhodesians were fighting for us in World War II, and then we dissed them, didn't we? Just 20 years later, no concern for
So
them.
were the
There was
Russians.
Rhodesian, you know, there was a Rhodesian SAS regiment.
Yep, there was.
Even.
There was Rhodesian and there's Australian SAS. The most common form of fatality for Australian SAS soldiers is eaten by crocodiles during selection.
No, it was a kangaroo.
No, seriously. There's quite a few.
I'm joking, 42.
Yep. Oh yeah, and people are saying about kangaroo steaks and stuff. Don't eat them; they're fucking bouncing.
A bit dry.
There are some great videos on YouTube with people boxing with kangaroos.
Yeah,
They always makes me laugh.
as Don will tell you, the thing you need to worry about is the fucking drop bears.
Yep. Definitely.
Need to watch out for the drop bears.
I guess so. So anyway, all right. Bring the stream to an end, 42. It's been fun.
Streaky, anything you're thinking about?
No, just nice to see you all. I don't get much time to be late like this, listening to your streams of late for months because of work usually. But since I got sacked due to my lackadaisical attitude to work, I'm up late this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's hopefully I'll get my job back by kissing the boss's ass on Monday morning, phoning the owner of the company up and saying, "Can I have my job back, please? Because it's a bit near Christmas for dicking around." So that's all I got in mind, mate. Having a good couple of weeks off, and yeah, everything's cool. It's nice to speak to you, lad, and we'll catch up again, I'm sure.
Yep. Honestly, really nice to have you on again. I hope he sees sense and gives you your job back and you're back in gainful employment again, mate.
Thank you. I got all the lads on my side. They know I just went on a bit of a fucking bender because the work's been so much pressure lately, and I'm doing loads of fucking hours, and I just lost it one morning. So anyway, there you go. And he's a foodie as fucking Irish guy as well. The owner of the company's a foodie as fucking Irish guy. So I always do my best to stay away from him, but I will see now. I'll ask him for the fucking job back, but it's not going to break my. It's not going to break my heart if I don't get it back. I won't crawl for no cunt for work back, you know.
No, steady on, Streaky. My wife is of 98% Irish descent.
Here, Streaky. Here's exactly what to say to him. Here, boss, tell you what it is. I was stressed out the fuck and I hit the Monday Club and it got a bit out of hand.
Yeah, that's basically the plan. I got a good name with all the subbies on the site I work with and all that, and they all put a word to me, you know. So
do the rest of you English and Scottish people know what the Monday Club is? Have you aware of that? No.
Conservative Association.
No, the Monday Club is a typical Irish thing whereby you start drinking on a Friday and on Sunday you're still drunk and you don't turn up at work and you go to the pub instead, and those people that go to the pub, they're called the Monday Club.
Yeah, I done my Monday club for a fucking fortnight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 42. it's also, the Monday Club is also a part of the Conservative Party Association, and they got rid of. They're the ones who got rid of Enoch Powell.
Yeah, but trust me,
Before
his
you.
Irish boss will totally understand that the Monday Club's something different. It's where you just
Well, clearly, yeah. But just to let you know, 42.
Yep. No, thank you. Thanks very much for the info. Slim,
Yes.
anything you want to finish up with?
No, I just want to say, I know there's a lot going on in the world. I want people to be aware of how tenuous the whole situation is at the moment, and see if you've got a wee cupboard space. If there's a wee empty space in it, go and fill it.
Oh, right, yes, with some tins of food and stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
That's it.
Get your
Heights baked beans is always a good start.
Anything.
Desperados, Stella, or Crony.
you know, I like that whole garden stuff. But it's personal choice, isn't it?
Yeah. Get whatever what, all joking aside, whatever you can put away in your cupboard, dried food, cans of food, whatnot. Have a bit of backup in case you can't get to the shop for a couple of days. And don't forget water. Rule of thumb, you can survive.
We've actually had supply chain problems the past couple of winters for various reasons. And even if it isn't a big horrible thing, a couple of cartons of long life milk are much better than having nothing for your coffee.
Oh, another thing, milk does freeze.
Oh yeah.
You can you can freeze yourself milk and defrost it. If you want to defrost it a bit quick, put it under the cold water tap. Definitely not the warm water tap. Put it on the cold water tap, and that'll defrost it slightly quicker. And if you want it quicker again, actually turn the water tap on.
There's a lovely convenience store next to me. The shop is run by Indians next to me, and they're a lovely family. And I was thinking, the old man died a few years ago, but the husband and the wife still run the shop. And there's a grandma, she's about 90, well, she's got to be 93, and she ain't bad looking, to be honest. I was thinking, I wonder if they can marry again. And I was thinking about marrying into the family, you know.
Is it directly
Do I even
next?
need to say at this point, Streaky would?
Because, thinking you've got all the bottled water, all the fish fingers, it's just everything you ever want there, you know.
Is it directly next door?
Strangely enough, 42, it is.
Right. Yeah, you don't need to worry about marrying. Just get yourself a nice hole through the wall.
Nice one. I'll catch you all later, lads.
Just go in the loft, Streaky. See if there's a partition. Not through there.
Yeah, yes, through the partition, drop down. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you bloody
in the loft and through.
See you later, boys.
All right, all the best, John. Packer, any last thoughts?
No, nothing. You know me, vacant as usual. Absolute pleasure to talk to Streaky and Rory. Nice to meet Slim.
Thank you.
Okay. At that point,
Slim is like Ian Maher's younger, better-looking brother. You know
yes, he is. He is. At that, I'm going to fire up an outro. It is, as always, going to be Harmony, Melody, and Rhyme by Justice Kane, featuring 42.
Yeah, you're doing another one with them, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Look forward to that.
Al Mac was threatening on coming on because we have been quite the busy boys and we've got a project on the go. And it is going to be the weirdest fucking piece of excellent music you've ever heard in your life.
I'm well looking forward to it.
It is weird as fuck, but it's good. Here we go. This is Harmony, Melody, and Rhyme, Justice Kane featuring 42. this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You are not alone, and we shall walk this journey together. What about you, Sean? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. Let us gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. We're from that grand house they tried to burn down. There's gold in the ashes if you look around. Let us gather together those that can perform, then from those scarred timbers build our own platform. Build our own platform. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing world harmony, melody, and rhyme. We descended from minstrels in old days of yore. We will create a culture as we did once before. Forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice. Then they stand together and make their own choice. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing we will sing harmony, melody, rhyme. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. I have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. With power and wealth, you control the mainstream, but you never realized you could not kill a dream. So we will gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. You're talking to 42. What about you, Sean? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all time. We will sing for our people. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all time. We will sing for our people with the ancient trilogy of harmony, melody, rhyme. We create a large society through family, God, and tribe. The gods of water, earth, and land brought us through the land. The earth, the moon, the sun, each became a deity, independent parts of another trilogy. Is it a coincidence, or is it just a blind that we are bringing excellence in harmony, melody, and rhyme?
all the mainstream, but you never realised you could not.
What the hell happened? Okay, people, I don't know what happened there, but it seems we lost the video. I'm sorry. Don Browning, I don't know what's happening December the 7th. I've just heard it here, there, and a couple of other places. It's all going down on December the 7th. Probably nothing, but I just threw it out there. Anyway, the guests have been the guests. I've been 42. You lot in the chat have, as always, been fucking awesome. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. See you all next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.